I'm here with my friend Adam. Hello, Adam.
How are you doing, Andy?
We're fine. We're not going to talk about this, but off air, you and I were just doing Angry Old Men again.
I know. Maybe we need to go like 2 for 1 on a counselor, right?
Yeah,
Just
I'll
so we don't
do.
have to use each other. At least you and I, it's cheaper though. I will say that, right?
I would have thought so. Yeah, there's a discount on bearded people who need therapy because they're getting
Discount
old.
on that's right.
I
Bearded
think
people who
so.
need therapy. I
That should
like
be a
it.
new
I
thing.
I will vote Andy.
Yeah,
Yes.
therapists
That's
and
a great
counselors discounts to bearded people.
there you go. There you go.
Right. Adam is from Plugged In, and we do movies and books and games and CDs and YouTube and all sorts of stuff. Where
All
would you like
sorts
to
of
kick
stuff.
us off today, then?
Let's start with the big movie this week, which is a Minecraft movie. And I think it's telling that this movie's title starts with the indefinite article, if we can go back to our grammar school days of a. It's not the Minecraft movie. It feels like a distinct lack of confidence in the story that they're telling. So, a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie, because frankly, there's not, a lot going on here. We've got Jack Black, we've got Jason Momoa, and the short version is they, along with three other characters, get sucked into Minecraft world. Which, if you're not familiar with Minecraft, it's a very popular sort of open world video game. Think Legos meets 3D Tetris meets a zombie invasion, and you'll be sort of generally speaking in the neighborhood, and of course, there's an evil mage queen who wants to unleash her piglins, their little pig like entities. I think it's like pig and minion mixed up together, piglins, on the world. And when you kill them, they turn into a pork chop, which is actually one of several mildly disturbing things that happen in this movie if you think about it for more than a second. But it's Jack Black playing another version of himself. Like, I think in the script, it must just say Jack Black arrives and shows up as himself. So, he's not losing 40 pounds for a movie role. He's there in all of his middle-aged, overweight glory representing. And I love him for that. Um, of all the movies made this year, as I have probably said, this is one of them. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's pretty forgettable. Jason Momoa playing a video game geek, playing against type, might be my favorite thing about this movie, because we're used to him as Aquaman. But we've got some mild shenanigans. We've got a little bit of crass humor, but it's relatively content free. But there'll be enough bathroom humor here that parents may still be face palming a little bit.
I guess if you see Jack Black's in a movie, you're probably going to be along it's probably a good family
Yeah,
movie. But of course, then you do need to be a little cautious, which is why we turn to
yeah,
you.
exactly. That is why we turn to us. So you can read our full review at pluggedin.com, and shameless advertisement. And over on streaming, um, and I think this is streaming everywhere now, we have Paddington in Peru, which we may have talked about it when it came out in theaters a couple months ago. I want to go back to Paddington because these movies, there's three of them now, are really, really lovely movies. These are the kind of movies that we used to reliably count on Disney making. And it's about a bear whose grandmother goes missing, and he goes to Peru to figure out exactly what happened to her. And of course, there are shenanigans afoot, wouldn't you know it? And he gets wrapped into a jungle adventure. It's just a lovely movie. It's super fun. If you need a film for your kids, other than a few moments of a little bit of peril, if you have really sensitive little ones, man, it's nice to just have something you can say, that is a fun movie for families. Minecraft, probably not.
Cool. Okay. Where else can we go?
Well, let's talk about the YouTuber. I don't think we've talked about this guy yet. Redeemed Zoomer. Have you heard of this person?
I have not yet. Well, I have now.
So, we love to point people toward some positive content on YouTube. Obviously, we critique a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff on YouTube, right? There's a little bit of everything. And Redeemed Zoomer is a guy named Richard Ackerman who has taken a real interest in theology. And so he explores all sorts of deep theological questions and offers, I think, pretty accessible, pretty easy to understand explanations of the things that he talks about. He talks about heresy. He talks about different denominations, theological strengths and weaknesses. It's a really refreshing and I think thought-provoking channel. If you are into YouTube and you like finding somebody new that maybe will challenge you to think more deeply than your typical social media post, Redeemed Zoomer is a great one to go check out.
Fabulous. So we've had 2 movies. We've had a YouTube. Where else can we go next?
Let's talk about the TV show Devil May Cry. Are you familiar with this whole franchise, the Devil May Cry franchise?
No, I mean, honestly, we don't have a TV license, so we don't watch a lot of TV. We just watch box sets.
Well, and this is actually based on a very popular video game. And it stars a guy named Dante, and there is a demon creature known as the White Rabbit. And, if you were a demonic creature, but somehow you got named White Rabbit, I'm sure you would be very angry, right? Because it doesn't seem like a particularly fearsome name for a fearsome demon. And so White Rabbit is really trying to connect hell and earth. And in the words of Russell Crowe from Gladiator, he wants to unleash hell on earth. And Dante stands between him and that happening. So this is an animated show. It is actually, I would say, a fairly intense show. This was an M-rated game. And so, we get some violence. We get a definitely an M-rated TV show to go with it. There's a fair bit of content here, and that includes violence. That includes a fair bit of profanity, that sort of thing, on top of a fairly significant amount of spiritual content as well. But it's the kind of thing that if you have played any of the Devil May Cry video games, it's like an automatic port over to this other thing, right? It's like, this looks cool. I'll bet it's as good as the game. So we want to warn people against that. And it's the kind of thing that if you've got young video gamers, even if you have no clue what Devil May Cry is, you can be assured that they probably do. So there's going to be that added draw there. And that's the kind of thing that we want to tell parents about so that they know what the score is.
Which is always good. I think often games, I kind of think of it this way: the game kind of comes after the film,
right?
But not always. But I mean, so the game came first, and the TV element came afterwards.
That's right. And I think we see it both ways these days. I mean, we see the creation industrial complex, video games, movies, TV. Everybody wants to maximize the franchise brand power in every direction, right? So we've got video games that become movies, usually bad ones. And, it goes the other way too. We have movies that become video games and comics and just about every other thing. So I think this is another example of wanting to leverage that well-known brand in a new area. And we'll tell you all about it at Plugged In.
Cool. And how can people find out all of the full reviews and more?
Yeah, we are a ministry of Focus on the Family here in the United States, and you can find us at pluggedin.com. And we have a weekly podcast where we have conversations broadly similar to this one. It is at thepluggedinshow.com, and we would love to have you come check us out.
Adam, thank you. We've rattled through a few for today, and we will see you again, God willing, next week.
Sounds great. Thanks, Andy.
Pure Media, the magazine, is hand-perfected with some of the finest writers from around the world that we could find. And yes, Andy B too. New editions are released just for you on the first Friday of every month, from our family to your family. Pure Media, the magazine, is available now. Sign up for free at puremediafamily.com/magazine.